Hi, my name is Mike McClaflin, a music producer, film producer, and a resident audio engineer at Mproducxons Multimedia in Nairobi, Kenya. My involvement was in the capacity of an expert in consultation and production, also in training of the community members on the capturing, recording, and production of stories of modern-day slavery from Migori County, Kenya. A very exciting project as it geared towards empowering voices and sharing knowledge for change through community media. This was made possible by University of Brighton in collaboration with Rongo University and Community Media for Kenya, part of the Antislavery Knowledge Network program, powered by the Global Challenges Research Fund and the Arts and Humanities Research Council. There are two things that attracted us as Mproducxons Multimedia to this project. Number one, the approach used was unique since it was centered on empowering the local everyday community members to have a voice through telling their stories, and this is done, or rather was done, by the help of experts. How beautiful is that? These community members get to be armed with appropriate arsenals to leverage on the immense power of media to address matters and issues that are pertinent to them. This is critical for development of our people. Secondly, it's forward thinking in the sense that the media industry right now is experiencing a rapid paradigm shift where the free media is taking over already. Thanks to the mobile phone technology, we now get to know what's happening as it happens, and the mainstream traditional media gets to confirm these stories during the news broadcast. The faster we accept this as the new normal and use this same platform to equip and empower our people to do it the right way, the better it's gonna be for all of us. At Mproducxons Multimedia, we are avid believers in impacting lives. We do this through our mentorship programs, and through these programs, we have noticed way earlier on that there was a big gap between what the formal institutions were offering versus what the actual industry was demanding. We found out that the practical hands-on approach was the missing ingredient, and since then, we have been keen on maximizing opportunities that will give this kind of a platform. What was different though with this project was the caliber of trainees that we were expecting to meet on the ground, or rather in the field. They were local members of the community who did not necessarily have any background in media studies. Just a bunch of soulful, eager learners who wanted to know how to do this thing. This was a wild card for us that we really were looking forward to see how it would pan out. And it did pretty well. We loved their eagerness, their attitude, and their thirst for knowledge. We used our practical hands-on training technique with our trainees. It was like teaching how to ride a bicycle. We could see how intimidated they felt when we were unpacking the audio gears and the video equipment in the field. We're talking about microphones of different kinds, cables, stands, lenses, cameras, lights, and recording devices. There, I remember watching them whispering to each other while pointing out on some of the gear that we were unloading. They must have noticed one or two items that looked familiar. And we kicked off by explaining the safety measures required to be observed while handling recording equipment, how to unpack them, then how to safely mount them and set them up for the recording exercise, plus how to turn them off and unmount them after the recording exercise. They had quite a lot to learn over a short time, like different types of microphones on set that we had. We had directional microphones, which included lapel mics, shotgun mics, condenser microphones, a dynamic microphone, etc. And we had different kind of brands as well, Shure, Rode, Sennheiser, and Behringer for that matter. We had also cameras, semi-pro HD video cams. We had DSLR cameras. We had lenses as well. Brands included Canon, Nikon, and Sigma. We had lighting equipment as well. We basically used the LED lights, and they learned how to use them in different scenarios for story capturing. They also had a chance to learn about audio recorders. We had the mobile professional recorders. They learned how to do the signal check before and during recording, and also setting up for recording. The equipment brand we used for these was Zoom. We used Zoom audio recorders. Our learners also learned how and where to place the recording equipment in relation to the subject for optimum capturing for both audio and video. They learned how to monitor the material being captured and how to make necessary adjustments during the shoot for video and recording for audio when necessary. Our good learners also learned how to do sound design as per the location and how to compose their shots when filming. They learned how to approach different settings, interior and exterior environments, considering the challenges that different sets may offer, and how to use what is already available at their disposal to work out for their sake and for the sake of their production. The learners also learned that preparing for a setup can take time, but it is totally okay and necessary to make sure that they have the best possible signals and compositions before hitting the record button.